Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a streaming freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. So for today's GTA Online video, I thought I would share with you how I've been able to get the Solo Elite Challenge on the Cayo Perico Heist Finale again after Rockstar's changes. I have changed up how I run this heist and have been able to get the Elite Challenge every time, and I thought I would share it with those in my community that if you were having issues, this video might be of help to you. The heist is currently set to the hard mode, to where I have the most hacks that you can get. Okay, so I am going to purchase body armor. That is for the very end of the heist. I won't be needing it in the actual heist. And I am going to do this again solo. So, for the approach vehicle, I am using the long fin. The infiltration point, I'm going to set that to main dock. The compound entry point will be the drainage tunnel. The escape point doesn't matter, but I always set it to main dock. I'm going to set the time of day to the daytime. I'm going to double check to make certain I do have my suppressors, and I'm good to go. So when running this heist solo, I always make certain to hit up the main airstrip here for my secondary loot first. I always am able to fill the bag. I think there was one time that I didn't have enough loot here, but I did have a painting in El Rubio's office I was able to finish off with, but every other time I've always been able to do that here. I don't hit up anywhere else on the island for the secondary loot. So one thing that I do have to keep in mind when using the long fin as my approach vehicle is it does have a tendency to float out while I'm trying to loot over here. I have found an area to park it that minimizes that, but it can still happen. So I'm going to park it right about here. And I can already see it's going to float out, so I'm going to try to re-put it here. Alright, hopefully that will help. Now, if I don't need to hit up this secondary warehouse over here, then I just simply cut across the airfield and hit up that main hangar. But this time, I wanted to make certain to hit up both to show that if I have like the longest amount of time that I have to be over here, I can still get the elite. So I'm going to wait for the guard that is patrolling this area to come over here. I don't want to kill him over on the other side because he often will see me. He's got a pretty long line of sight. Plus I'm worried about that camera. I'm also going to shoot the camera out. And normally I actually will kick the power for the other camera over by this storehouse here. But this time I'm going to attempt to take and miss my jump. I was going to try to shoot it from the roof, but okay, well. Instead, I will try to shoot it here. I'll just inch up so I hopefully don't get seen. This damn camera spots me more often than not, which is why I normally just kick the power. But now that we got that, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and kill this guard real quick and hit up this storehouse. And actually, I do believe I have enough loot in the main one that I didn't need to come over here, but I did want to show that, like, in worst case scenario, like, you have to run to both places and also have to do the most hacks on the hard mode, that you're still able to get the Elite Challenge. I've been able to run the Elite anywhere from, I'd say, 11 to 12 minutes to 14 at the most, and it's under 15 that you can get the Elite Challenge. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and climb the wall over here. Head over this way to cut across to the airfield and to the main hangar. Now the guard that is patrolling over there, I want to wait until he's closer to the hangar because there is a jeep that comes up here and I'm worried about it possibly seeing his body. So I want to wait until he's over here more to take and kill him. And again, I do have loot in the lower area here, but I'm going to hit one on the bottom and one on the top just to show that if I have to do the max amount of work over here, that the elite is still possible. So I'll go ahead and grab this here.
By the way, you will always have room in your bag for main objective. I have crafted special compartment for it.
And as I figured, it left just a little bit of space, like always. But in any case, we'll go ahead and move this over here. And I'm going to place these boxes to the right of that tarp. I used to put it there at the tarp, but I found sometimes I could accidentally lock myself in the cage if I missed the jump, and so now I just put it over here and climb up. Alright, and we'll grab the rest of what we need from here. It looks like I have, yeah, cash on that side and that on that side, so I'll grab that real quick. Probably won't take very much to finish it up, like I figured. Okay, well, now I'm done with the secondary loot, so I'm going to go ahead and head on over to the compound. Hopefully the boat hasn't floated away too far. I found that the longfin approach, I used to always use the Kasatka, but actually the longfin, even if you didn't need to hit up over here for the secondary loot, I just think the longfin approach is much easier on the setup to do, much less annoying than the Kasatka setup is. Alright, so I'm going to have to kind of ease it back here so I don't get it stuck. Ease it here so I don't get caught on these rocks. Also, taking this approach, I've one time seen Nessie over here, the Los Santos monster, and one time on the other side of the island I saw it. That's the only times I have seen it. Actually, I just seen it today on the other side of the island while I was running this heist with somebody else. But in any case, this is where I originally saw it and where I uploaded a video of that. Okay, so once I get back here to the, back in the compound to cut that grate, I'm going to make certain I equip my breathers by hitting left on the D-pad. I do have 20 of them, and I don't have to worry about equipping it now because I'll still have 20 once I need to exit, because I'll be using the water to escape that way too. I'll just be swimming out. That's why I said earlier about the main dock, as the escape point didn't really matter. I'm just going to quickly swipe back and forth on these. Some people find it quicker to just be on one of them at a time. I find it quicker to do it this way, so to each their own. I think it's pretty quick that way. I've tried it both ways. Alright, once I get to the back up here, I'm going to take and start spamming right on the D-pad to try to get it to activate the next section as quickly as possible. And cut off his dialogue. Okay, so now that I'm going to be in the compound, I'm only going to be killing one guard here. I'm going to be bypassing all the other ones. And actually, I wouldn't even really need to kill this guard, but it is safe to kill him without causing an alert. And he will sometimes drop the gate keys. If he drops them this time, then I'll be able to hit up the basement using the lower gate. But if not, then I'll simply hit it up using El Rubio's office. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull an Assassin's Creed across the rooftops. I'm going to come over here and jump up right here. And go my camera up, and then jump up right here and run across the roof. And once I get over here, there is a ledge. I'm going to use the old gun walk technique that we all know and love to steady ourselves and go right across this ledge here. There is a guard down below, but he won't hear me. And this is the only guard I'm going to pop. And that time he did not have the gate keys. He will sometimes though. But that's okay, because this way I can show that you can still hit it on hard mode by hacking up here in El Rubio's office. Because the lower panel, that one will have less hacks if you're able to get the gate keys. Just wait for this guy to come down and go right behind him. I really don't know why Rockstar changed the heist up like this, that we can't shoot him for getting an alert, but yeah, we can just do that, but whatever. Go ahead and hit up the safe here, get that little bit of extra, and now go ahead and hack this. Also, since I don't have the gate keys, this will be my exit, obviously, but if I did have the gate keys, then I would just exit down there. And if you do have the gate keys, then obviously it will shave off some more time from the overall amount that the heist is, but again, you can still easily hit the elite challenge having to hack from up here. Okay, should only be 1 or 2 more of these. I think on hard mode there might be either 6 or 7 up here, and a few less down there.
Do not give up on a locked door. Why not ask the guard nicely for the key?
I think this might be the last one. Yeah. And I just ran this heist not too long ago, so I don't know if you noticed on the planning screen, but I did get tequila. Big surprise there as the loot. But still, I have already a $500,000 in secondary loot there, so that's still pretty good pay. I know some people will take and like quit and restart the heist until they get something different. To me, it doesn't really matter. I just take whatever the primary is that it gives at the time. And again, since I just ran this heist a little while ago, I figured I was going to end up getting the tequila. Alright, and now I'm ready to go. And they are none the wiser. So I'm going to go ahead and go on up back the way I came.
Bad news. They have sealed the drainage pipe. You will need to look for another way out of there.
You can hear the jug. I'll just walk behind him so I don't accidentally bump into him. Make sure that jug ain't up here. Okay, that guy just moved in position, so I'm going to go ahead and make a run for it. Climb up the banister right here. And looks like I'm good to go to the gate. If there's a guard there in the way, then I'll just wait over in that grassy area to the right for them to get out of the way, but this time I didn't have to. We've been here 1,000,000 times and he's still... Yeah, there you go. Alright, so now that we're outside, I'm going to exit out this way. Don't need the gun anymore. There's a guard right here. I'm not going to interact with him because El Rubio's chopper usually will see his body. Just going to run right up here, using these trees to the left of myself as a marker. And I'm going to run up this little bit of an incline here, this little bit of a hill. And I'm going to run through to this break in the trees right here. I'm also going to keep a lookout on my mini-map. There should be a vehicle spawning right about now. Yep. And has a pretty long line of sight, so I'm going to go around that line of sight till I get a little bit further down here. And this is the reason why I wanted to make certain that I equip the body armor, because if I get damaged on the rocks that are over here, it won't kill me. But I am going to try to go down carefully here. It's okay, I landed on my head. Alright, so now that we're here, I'm just going to, as you can see, there is some rocks there, but I re-equipped my rebreathers. As you can see, I still have 20. and it won't take very long. I used to exit out the back, but it took quite a while to swim out, and there would be no way to get the elite that way. However, exiting over here and just kind of following right here, this path where you see these mines at, you can actually get out here pretty quick. So just follow this right here like I'm doing, and you'll be out before you know it. Usually there, I think, is like some bones or something over here once you get to those. So using this method, the things that I've changed up, I've been able to go ahead and hit the elite. When Rockstar changed the heist, I was no longer able to get the elite challenge, and actually didn't even bother with secondary loot, because when I would try, I'd find that El Rubio's helicopter would spot the bodies that were down like at the main dock where I used to get it. But I decided to change up what I was doing, see if I could take and get it by a different method than what I was used to, and it worked out. So I thought I'd go ahead and post this if it could be of help to some of the people in my community that also play GTA if they've been having an issue. You could also do this with other players. I have done this with another player, and the only thing is you would have to hit up another section. I suggest probably the North Dock as well for your secondary loot, because I don't want to get the card keys that is in the compound, for the fact that, again, every body that is left or every encounter is a potential of causing an alert. So as you can see, I got it done in 1331 there, and usually it will differ anywhere from around 11 to 14. 14 something has been the latest that I've ever completed it, but I'm able to hit the elite quite often doing this. I think since changing up my strategy, there might have been only one time that I was kind of over on my time because the boat floated like way far out, but other than that. So I hope that this video will be a help to those that were having issue with getting the elite challenge after Rockstar's changes, that you can get it again. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. This has been the Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin. Peace out.